All right, I forgot to put my glasses on. Hello. Happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. Me, I'm all right. Got about an hour of recording in today, despite one of my neighbors out back doing roof work today. It's a nice day to do roof work. I've had the windows open. It's not it's not hot. It's not too cold. It's that crisp, like low 70s. Nice breeze. It's been it's been all right. I got some work in. Work. I got some work on the base in over the weekend. Decided to touch things up a little bit, get things nice and organized. And it's more or less what was there, but now it's got a roof. It's got a chimney block that draws the smoke from the forge and the fire pit in. I've actually got this charcoal pit filled up. It took the better part of like 45 minutes getting all of this wood. It was actually really annoying. Solidified copper. Oh, I set copper to melt and then never cast it. I'll do that in just a second. Well, let's go ahead and get this in. And we're going to keep an eye on it because I'm pretty sure that's perfectly sealed. I also only did a 2 high stack instead of 3 high. We'll check on that in a little bit and see if it's actually sealed properly or not. Also, I decided to turn my brain off, and while I was listening to a podcast this weekend on art, I did some bony soil panning, and really the only two things I got out of this that I cared about was the flax fibers and the bones. And I already used the flax fibers. I used them to make a butchering bag, which we're actually going to get some use out of today, I think. I also got my bow put together, and I think I've got like half of my arrows left. Though I'm probably going to make use of the flint. Am I going to use the flint arrowheads before? Eh. I don't have enough feathers is the problem, actually. I can't make any more arrows because I don't have enough feathers. I suppose it's about time I start feeding my chickens, but I'm still waiting for that flax harvest to finish. We're very close now, just about a week or so. It's the 5th of July. I actually think some of my onions may be done. Also, smoothed some more plates, got some baking spaces going. Turns out that these end caps can't really be reached by the center very easily, so I just doubled up on the heat sources. I'm sure that won't be wasteful of fuel anytime soon. Doubled up on the hide processing, too. Waiting for some strong tannin to process, but we've got a lot of hide going right now, and I'm pretty sure, even with my backpacks finished, I'll still have need for leather, since jerkin and pieces take a bunch. And I'm debating, am I going to do iron armor first, or do I wait for steel? Because steel's a little overkill, but steel's also really good. Probably just going to do iron. Out back here, I have put together some gears. I did a pass-through, like an iron pass-through from Millwright here, but the place is still not going to count as a room anyway because it's roofed with slabs. But I've got a drivetrain here that should, awkward word here being should, uh, give me what I need to operate a Helve hammer at a reasonable speed. And then I just have to finish the actual main drive shaft and the windmill. I've got an 8-sail rotor already prepared. right here, but I don't have enough flax for sails. I'm also going to need more fat just to do other mechanical stuff eventually. And I need meat as well as like a proper cellar and stuff for storage. So I'm thinking today I want to build a cellar. I'll probably do it just here behind where the kitchen area is. Still haven't chiseled out what I want that backdrop to be yet. But I figure get a cellar together. Get all of the normal, like the pots and the crocks and everything moved out of that in there. Maybe make a cooling cabinet or 4. I don't know. We can start sealing crocks for winter eventually. Either we buy wax from an agricultural trader, or God forbid, we find bees at some point. I may just have to start going really far north for that. Or we just used fat. And I mean, fat has plenty of uses. I need to make some, what is it? I think you can make pelt clothing. Yeah, the fur clothing that take the pelts, not rawhides or leather. And those are pretty warm. So we'll figure it out. But what to do first? Let's check on the crops first. Oh wow, some of this flax is actually going to finish in the next day. That would be really nice. Onions are mature. Well, this batch of onions, just the first few I got. Still, just that plot gave me almost a stack of them. Got onions here that are stage 5. So it'll be a couple weeks before that's done. Waiting on rice. We've got a big batch of spelt that'll finish in a couple days. Some more onions that'll finish in the next day. I started some soybeans in an adjacent plot a while ago. This is more rice and flax. But it'll be a couple months before these finish. It'll probably be late August, early September, I think. I forget how many days it takes for those. And then I've actually got a plot in the far right that doesn't have anything. I haven't decided what's going in it yet. But eventually I'd like to do proper crop rotation, but the first batch is literally just whatever I can spare. It just goes straight into the ground again. The next major harvest after this one, once I actually start doing whole plots of crops and start doing crop rotation, that's where I want it to really start to take off. Do I have any meat on hand? I've cooked red meat. I was trying to make like a salad, but apparently the recipe's configured wrong. So that's not happening. What to do. Also, I would like to make some tons for large capacities of wine. But I don't think we're there yet, because we're not going to get a berry harvest until the peak of summer passes, so it'll be like a month and a half or so before these flowering bushes finally grow. I think for now, though, let's just get on the cellar. Do I want to do bricks? I've got mortar on hand somewhere. Let's see. Another stack of rot for compost. I had mortar. Where the hell did I put it? There it is, over here. Probably need to do more quarrying if we're going to be making use of that, though. I mean, I have to do more quarrying regardless, I think. Also, I posted about it in the Discord, but I don't think I showed it off on stream. Oh, I should probably grab some ladders too. Nah, I'll just go top down. But my quarry has some new guests. I found some goats coming home from a trip. And they ran into the quarry as I was coming home. And so now they're just in the corner. And eventually I'll feed them when I have a harvest come in. But for now, they can just sit there. They can wait. I just want to get a handful of blocks to make the cellar. And then I have to get to casting so that I can make our cooler. Even if I end up not doing any winter prepped foods yet, it'll still be helpful to store food for the short term. I really should have brought ladders. I could have just pulled them out of the main hut. Also, I still haven't made a decision if I'm going to pull all of my lanterns out of the iron mine or finish mining it. I've gotten some sections of it cordoned off so that I recovered some of the lanterns, but most of them are still there. I think there are probably 6 or 7 still left. But it's not a huge deal. I'm not exactly lacking for them right now. And I'm not exactly lacking for iron either. I've got almost 2 full crates of magnetite nuggets, and then almost a full crate of the chunks on top of that. I want to say I have enough iron for probably like 200 ingots or so. So probably, like I said, not a big deal. I could have saved hammering if I did this laterally instead of horizontally like this. Okay. This will probably be enough once I finish this last chunk. Because I really just need the outside. I don't need anything fancy. Also, I did just realize, since my smithy does not count as a room, because it's roofed with slabs, that also means I can't just smith in the middle of temporal storms. Okay, I don't hear any burning, so I think this is safe. Though I can't actually check because the blocks are covered up. Okay, this block. Charcoal pit. Okay. That is fine for now. I should probably forge some more nails and strips, come to think of it. I don't have any spare iron ingots, do I? No, just bits. And I'll probably just save those to work into ingots until we've got... What is it? Automated smithing? I'm in no rush to use up all the bits. So we'll smelt this and get ready to forge that. Gosh, I really don't want to pull this hammer apart because the problem is bindings in Toolsmith don't... What's the word? You don't get them back if the handle durability is below a certain amount. So using higher level nails and strips for the binding, you kind of want to do things like oil your handles and wrap them with cloth or leather. Let's see, you can do linen, you can do leather, you can do oil, cloth. I don't know if oil and the actual wrapping layer, or like they stack. I kind of want to see if they do. Like do tool handle, then oil it, do another tool handle, oil it, and then wrap it, and see how that works out. Alright, just waiting patiently for this to melt. There we go. Okay. But like I said, I'm not exactly lacking for iron, or wanting for iron, rather. So I kind of don't mind wasting the binding very much. It's a quarter of an ingot. And I've gotten a ton of use out of this hammer since. And then nails and strips. There we go. Oh, wrong chest. I really need to get some lighting in this place. I've got a ton of it in the mine. Alright, let's just go ahead and pull this apart and grab another handle. I'm also going to need to do a reforge of some of my other tools here soon. Good as new. The axe head is at about 20%. Knife's almost half. The regular axe is half. 20%. That's half. A peanut. Hi, baby. No, you're not getting in my lap. Not right now. I know. It's such a good day. It's a great day for lap time. I wish I didn't have this noise gate on my mic so you all could hear her. Because it just sounds like I'm talking to myself. Hey, quit tearing up the chair. Hey. Quit it. Alright. We're going to build the cellar. You know what? I want lighting. I think if we really need the iron mine, if we need more iron than what we've got now, I will just find more. I'm sure we can. I'm sure it'll be fraught with danger, given how many dark areas I've put down in that mine now. But I think it's probably for the best. Where's that andesite? Make another stack of fences because we're going to need it. I'm going to sleep first, though. Just so we get a little natural light from the surface in there. Because believe me, we're going to need it. Okay. And who knows, I might actually get attacked while I'm down there. Because there have been some shivers spawning in there, making lots of noises. And in the past, I've seen them phase through walls doing their idle animations. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I posted a funny clip in the Discord. There were some bellhead shivers that were spawning inside of a wall, and so they were suffocating and making a huge racket. It was actually really funny, but also terrifying. Yeah, there's still a wall of iron over there I could get at. I don't know how much. I mean, I could just get it now. There's probably not a lot left. God, I would hope there's not a lot left. This mine is enormous. But if we listen carefully, we'll probably hear more spawns show up. Oh my gosh, how deep does this go? It's so much and I don't need it. I just said we didn't need it. Ah. I don't need it. I really don't. There's so much that I've already got, and I can find another mine if I really need more down the line. The trouble now is cutting this off safely so it does not get me killed in the process. Because those shivers are fast. So I think what we can do, we'll cut off all the ways out, except this. And we just take it piece by piece. So that's cut off. So what I should be able to do is grab... They're already spawning. I should be able to grab these and then quickly close this up. Emphasis on quickly because they spawn super fast once those areas get cut off. Okay. So now we just have the main spot. Probably just divide this in half. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to work with some natural light available so the main area stays lit. So we can work our way from the back corner out without too much concern. So now we move. There we go. And should be able to just cut this off across the side, like so. And now this area is basically uninhabitable for the foreseeable future. Because getting light back in here will be a hell of a lot harder than it was digging it out. But hey, I've got my main lantern back. And they are spawning already. But again, I don't really think we need... That's for some rich copper. Hang on. I like copper. I don't know that I do need more because I've been smithing a bunch of plates. I don't want to mine today, though. I'm not mining today. I'm not mining today. We are doing winter prep by getting a cellar together and some of the little bits inside it that'll be nice. Do I have the mod that adds like the mushroom baskets? I do. That's food shelves. These are overpowered. I don't want those. They can like quadruple spoil time in a cellar. So they're actually just better than pots. And they're just kind of, I won't say they're immersion breaking, but they're not great. No, it's not that they're not great. It's that they're too good. I like the food shelves. It makes sense. You have a drawer for ice. It's got, it's completely sealed off. It's just a step shy of being a freezer. And there's actually a meat freezer and a fruit cooler too. But I don't think there's a way for storing vegetables other than the baskets. Because we have the egg basket, fruit basket, mushroom basket, vegetable basket, the sealing jars, which I really like. There's a cooling cabinet for pies and crocks. There's a bunch of display cases for different kinds of food, fruit coolers. I could make some seed bins. That would be handy. Flour sacks also overpowered. It stores flour twice as long as grain in pots. It's also, I think I skipped over it, but there's a meat freezer too, which is really, really good. We'll want to get some ice. And I don't know what our closest mountain is. I guess it's the one to the northeast. Provided there actually is glacier ice on top of this thing. And it's got to be glacier ice specifically, I think. Glacier ice, packed glacier ice, yeah. I think it lasts for like a month. And it keeps the spoil time for your food really, really long. Like on the order of a couple years. Okay. Got that. Put away our granite. I need the mortar. Do I need anything else for... no, it's just the ashlar blocks and the mortar. I don't know why I took the rocks. You need the ashlar blocks. I feel like I'm crazy, but I swear I heard something over here. Sounds like teeth grinding? Like if you ever played Amnesia. It might be my headphones or my ear. Just going insane. I need a wedge chisel. I've got a lot of mortar. I think we'll just use this entire slab. Don't want to use all of the rock because we need enough to make a diamond pattern tile. Nice. That should do nicely. So then, take this corner. How big do we want to make this? I have better cellars installed, so I can do up to like 14 by 14 by 14, I think. But doing it within the depth of our kitchen, maybe extending it into this hill, would probably be fine. And I want very tall ceilings for it, so that I can use those hanging jars, because they look really, really nice. You'll see in just a second. Oh my gosh, my neighbor's dog is losing its mind. There are not noise-canceling headphones in this world strong enough to stop that beast. Now, how do I want to organize this? I'm thinking I may bring the butcher's stuff in here too. That may be for the best. Because then I can line this stuff up here. I can put the table on the side. I'm wondering, there's another butchering table I can make, but it's gonna take a bunch of blacksmithing. Oh, look at that charcoal. Look at that charcoal. I'm gonna set this black coal aside then. And we'll dig that up here in a minute. But let's see. We're looking at the advanced stuff. Could do a ceiling hook if I wanted. So we have the advanced butchering table. That's 2 plates and then 3 ingots. One for the cleaver, one for the shears, one for the knife. Which is a total of 7 ingots. And then for each of the hooks, we need 2 nails and strips and 2 iron hooks, which I think that's half an ingot and then another half ingot, because I think iron hooks craft 4 at a time. Something like that. So, just to replicate the setup we've currently got, that's 7, 8, 9. So yeah, 9 iron ingots. It'd be great if I had the helve to work some of the blooms, but I don't. I mean, I have the helve. I don't have the wind power for it. I don't have the actual windmill for it. Also, I need to get some food or I'm going to start starving. Why don't we do some fruit bread? Yeah, that could be good. Because I just finished some currants and cranberries. No, I finished the cranberries a while ago, but the currants are almost done. Just finished, excuse me. I'm saying absolute nonsense today. I should probably find something to eat that's a little more readily available. I'll just eat my old salad ingredients and we'll get on grinding and cooking this stuff in a second. Now it's 20. If I'm making fruit dough, I could do up to 5 fruits per piece. I could make some really good bulk stuff. These, because I think I can use dried fruit in this. Pretty sure. If I can't, I'll just make pies. I know I can do pies with that. So that's 20, so 4, 9. That's 1 dough. I could just do 9. I think. If I end up having to do pies, I'm going to have to do twice as much. If I do 4 times as much, I can put some more dough on the top to give it more grain satiety. So, make food, then we make the cellar. As for the tons, I'm probably going to make a wine cellar separate. I want that to be underground without putting it actually in the rest of the cellar. Okay, so we go to our mixing bowl here. Throw in our dough. Say 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I mean, we're just cramming in all of this fruit. And hopefully, with the point in dilution I've got, we'll get a little bit extra out of this. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have dried currant fruit dough and dried cranberry fruit dough. That bread's gonna be chewy as hell. Because it's all dried fruit, and then you're rebaking it later. That's a lot. Actually, we'll do 2 pieces each. Oh, what am I doing? You can't heat the center. I suppose I could have just kept one in the center and then maybe use like really high heat fuels like charcoal, so that it forces the sections to be higher heat. Maybe. Okay, we'll put the rest of this spelt. Put that away. Or is it rye? It's rye. Alright, that's gonna cook. It'll take a hot minute for that area to heat up, so we'll put things away. And then I gotta start thinking about what we're putting in this cellar. We're gonna have the butchering stuff. I figure I can do like meat and raw ingredient storage on one side and then a cooler or two on the other. I don't remember what that takes though. So fruit coolers take a tin or a zinc ingot. The cooling cabinet does not, but it takes nails and strips. The meat freezer takes a zinc or a tin ingot. We've also got, I made some meat racks and then I haven't used them since. We might extend the cellar as far into the hill as we can for it to still count as a cellar, so that I can leave space for drying things. Drying sausages, drying meat. We put some barrels in for curing things, pickling. Oh wow, that fuel did not last at all. Okay, let's just do the high temperature stuff and call it a day. I forgot that peat's really short-lived. And I've got the seasoned firewood, but the problem with that is the temperature's too low. It's good for these, it's good for saving fuel and cooking in pots, but otherwise it's not that great. Let's go ahead and do some tin. So that's 4 ingots of tin. Should give us, we do 2 fruit coolers and 2 meat. I'm probably just gonna do the 4 of tin, and then we'll figure out what to do with it later. Smelting temperature 232. Gosh, I could just use peat for that. I forgot that tin has such a low melting temperature. Kind of used to alloying it with copper, and that's got an extremely high melting temperature, relatively speaking. Alright, we'll leave that. Check on the bread. Okay, part baked. Yeah, here's part of the problem is it takes a while for the ovens to actually heat. Ah, and they're losing temperature already. That fuel burns so fast. Alright, more bread. Come on. Damn it. I'm trying to like min-max my fuel and it's not working out. Not like I need to. I've got a massive pit of charcoal. Oh, it baked while I was gone. One of them did. Oh, it bakes at less than 100. It bakes less than 300. Sorry. Goodness. All right, so yeah, you can see here on the bar, there's way more fruit satiety in these. And they'll last 18 days in there. 252 days in the cellar. So technically through the winter, if I really needed it. Okay, so we've got these. Let's actually do the cellar floor and the rest of the walls. Now it's a chisel, a hammer, chisel, hammer, rocks, right? And mortar to do the diamond floor. Yeah, but I'm going to need way more than that. I also need to make a new chisel or reforge this one. Because I finally used up all of the durability on it and I can't sharpen it anymore. I think I will probably just opt to make an iron one. Call it good. That'll do for now. You know what? I think I'll actually block. I put the bricks away. I'll block one side of this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also, I suppose I could make a setup for smoking if I really wanted in here. I don't know that that's really necessary, but I could. Truth of the matter is I've got so much halite from the commodities trader that I think we'll be fine. Speaking of traders, also over the weekend I found a treasure hunter up to the north, and then I died to a bear. But I did find him. I did not like his pet, but I did find him. Hopefully he won't be too mad that I killed the bear. As long as he sells me shit, frankly, I don't care. Alright. Grab a door. Bam. Cellar. Alright. That will do for the moment. Did I make this even symmetry? No, it's odd symmetry. Good. So let's then clear these vessels out. And then find a nice place to put them. almost want to put these somewhere elevated. Do a shelf. Maybe chisel a shelf. Ooh. Chisel a really nice shelf. Do I make it out of wood? Ooh, make it out of wood. Hang on. I want to make sure there's nothing like what I actually need. I don't think you can put... I don't think you can put, vessels on these. Baskets, fruit bars, muffins, dumplings. No. I don't know why you need a shelf for sushi, but alright. Yeah, we'll just make something nice. What wood? What wood? Could do pine like everything else I've got. Board, pine. Is there anything I can make that's not just the typical planks block, maybe? Trap doors? Hmm. I could also just use some of the food shelf stuff to store the non-fruit and non-meat stuff. Do a double shelf and then put baskets on it. But I made the jars. Why don't I use them? Use the jars for things that don't spoil, maybe. That could work. Yeah, I guess. I installed the mod. I might as well use all of it.
And now, Secret Horse.
Oh, it finished too early. Why did it finish early? What the hell? Why did it end early? That's it just did like 2. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Because I've got the delay set for something like 5 seconds. That's so weird. Okay, hang on. One day I'm just gonna say, fuck it, we're not doing a normal stream. I'm just gonna I'm gonna unscrew all of my broken redeem stuff. Okay, let's do it again. Where is it? It's on cooldown. No, not on cooldown. Damn it. I don't know why I'm subject to my own channel's cooldowns if I've got infinite points. Like, what kind of sense does that make? Come on. Okay.
And now, Secret Horse.
Okay, but now it's too long. Whatever. It's fine. I'll leave it. Also, I mentioned in the Discord, but I'm going to be looking at finally finishing work on that chaos mode that I started work on. I probably like this time last year. I started messing with it. I ran into some issues and then I never finished it. Essentially, what chaos mode is supposed to be. It's a really I think it's like a once per user per stream redeem with a really high cost, but for a brief period of time it makes all other sound redeems, with some exceptions, costs 1 point, and there won't be any cooldown, and part of that requires me to redo some of my redeems so that they can stack. and I also need to tweak a couple other things to make it work. It's part of the problem is that because I've got so many redeems, I have to do a lot of API calls on Twitch's end, and some things just break when you do a lot of API calls at once, like changing colors of things, because I wanted to like set the redeems from their normal purple to red and then set them back. Some of that just doesn't play nice, and I gotta figure out what to do otherwise. Um, but I had put it off because it wasn't really high priority kind of stuff, and at least at first it was also kind of because I didn't want to have a chaos mode just yet. But I had a vote in the community and people wanted it overwhelmingly. Um, but I actually have to get it working first. I've got a test, like I've got a button that does it functionally, but it only does it for a few redeems, because if I do more, they break. But I hit that button, and then for 3 seconds, all of the sound redeems are 1 point. And then it deactivates and it sets it back. And testing that it inconsistently refuses to change the color of some. Sometimes the costs don't get reset. Sometimes Twitch just eats my API calls and doesn't actually do anything. So I need to figure out a way to handle, a few dozen redeems changing and have it not do that. I think my best bet right now will probably be I just have 2 sets of redeems and I just toggle them on and off. So I'm not having to change cost, change color, and toggle things on and off. I think just cutting the number of calls we have to make is probably the best bet. Oh, I should make a fruit cooler because these blueberries I got are going to go bad. Of course, I could also just make seeds out of them. I actually forget where I got those. I think I got them from the east. We'll use them. I'll make some wine out of them. What was I doing? Got a lantern down here. I don't want this lantern down here, honestly. I want a lit wine cellar, but I think for now, this is kind of moot. Let's just put it in the cellar up top, and then when I actually have large amounts of wine, then we'll worry about it. I'm also not going to be lazy. I'm going to take a bunch of the dirt that I've saved up over time, and I'm going to fill this hole in so I don't have to listen to shivers and stuff underground, making a racket. Nice. Yeah, and I got a door back out of it. Toss the shelf in there, but I'm gonna end up taking it out soon to make the cooling cabinets. I want at least 2 of them. Yeah, I need to take this peat out of here because this is not going to be useful for that. I need something that burns long and also burns hot. So charcoal is going to be the way to go. Let's go ahead and light the base up a little bit. I've put lights around here a bajillion times, and then I've taken them out for other uses. That there. Anything else I really care about? I guess putting some lanterns in the fields would be nice. Not really a necessity, but at least having them, say, here in the center bits so I can see stuff, it would be nice. Not that I really need to be in the fields at night. Yeah, that's nice. Could be better. I'll make proper, like, poles for it later, but at least for now, this is not bad. Gets the job done. And on that note, I think we will take a quick break. And when I come back, we're going to do some more cellar prep. Maybe go hunting a little bit. Could be nice. I do need a snack, though. Ah! Almost did it. Which one's my bread? There's my bread. How long do I have on this meat? A couple days. I'm going to cook that prime meat down into fat. That's the ticket. But yeah, we'll make vegetable baskets, fruit baskets, mushroom baskets, fruit coolers, meat freezer, a whole 9 yards. But anyway, I will be right back. Thank you for sticking around. And for those of you who support the stream and aren't going to get absolutely cursed by ads, who knows what it's going to be. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. See you in a bit. All right, we are back. Hello, hello. I've got a sneaking feeling there's a temporal storm soon. But I say that like every stream. Maybe. Maybe not. It's about midnight. We can sleep for a couple hours. Pass the night away a little bit. What did I say we were doing? We're making containers for the cellar. And then we're going to go hunting. What is this?
And now, Secret Horse.
Oh, yeah. I had to mess with some settings because it broke again. And so I turned the cooldown off and then I turned it back on, and so it probably marked it as new. But it's not. Let's go ahead and put these building blocks away. My rebel hammer away. Anyway, I hope you're doing well, Aylward. Got the smithy up. It's not completely finished because I got to finish a windmill for the Helvhammer, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. I like what we're working with here. I'm gonna want some glass. I'm gonna need some boards, so let's grab a saw. This is my first temporal storm because I was in the ocean at the time. Oh! No, that's not so bad. Yeah, just finding stuff to keep you going is kind of the hard part. Also, let's move my fruit press. I think we'll put this in the cellar. Or I could put it in the kitchen if I can find a spot for it. You know what? Let's set that aside for a second. We'll put the meat broth and the birch sap in the cellar too. Yeah, it's kind of hard to prospect when uh it's hard to prospect when you're in the ocean. It's not impossible, it's just slow. Okay, let's scoot all of these over so I can fit everything in properly. I may make this cellar a bit longer after all, so I have space for stuff. Because this isn't quite as much as I'd hoped I would have. We'll just throw this in the mushroom. So I'm thinking cooling shelf, meat freezers 2. Really, we've only got room for 6 because of the door. Maybe we'll move this over, actually. I mean, I suppose where the vessels go doesn't matter because I'm going to be putting stuff on shelves anyway. Am I out of pine again? I've got some planks, but it looks like I'm out of everything else. Also, gonna grab those meat racks. Grab that shelf. See how expensive a sailboat is. Consider a bit one. It's extremely flax heavy, I'll tell you that much. The amount of stuff you need for the sails is honestly pretty demanding. Oh, yeah, and a thing about these that I don't like, um, the orientation in which you place the meat racks changes the item, so they stop stacking if they're different orientations. Drives me nuts. Okay, so the fruit cooler, I'm gonna need resin and a chisel too. Let's grab that. I just put them away too. Okay, so I want a fruit cooler. And polished rock, really? Well, I have polished rock. I don't remember where I put it. Is it in here? There it is. Okay, again. So, fruit cooler. Throw in the boards. Chisel. Ingot. Glass slab. I'll do just one for now. Cooling cabinet. I need the nails and strips. I forgot. We'll forge those in a bit. Do I need those for the freezer? I do not need them for the freezer. Remove wildlands and out of the mob mod. I would be careful doing that. I don't know if there are any risks with that. Wait, what's the problem here? Am I missing something? Shouldn't be a durability. Wait, is it complaining about the durability of the chisel? Because I know that's an issue with the vanilla game. Chisels is, if a chisel doesn't have enough durability, you can't make the craft. So my sharp but low durability chisel may not be usable for this. Son of a... Oh, let's just reforge it and see if that's the problem. Because it won't really be a problem. Actually, I should be able to just cold forge this if it doesn't need more bits. Probably will. Yeah, it doesn't. It's literally just, oh, there's a piece out of place. Bam! Perfect durability. Incredible. Come out of create backups to see if it wouldn't screw this up. Yeah, that's probably your best bet. Okay, so let's do our wood, tin, glass. Yeah, it was just the durability. Okay, so we've got a fruit, meat freezer, a fruit cooler. Let's set those aside. Yeah, I didn't really give myself all the space I wanted, after all. But that's okay, because we can move these around now. I may just opt to not have them. Can you... You can't put fish in a meat freezer? What? Why not? Okay, hang on. So egg basket, fruit basket, mushroom basket, vegetable basket, sealing jar. Okay. Can I put fish in my sealing jar? Why can I not put fish? Most types of raw meat. What's the problem with fish? It's just a freezer. This is just such arbitrary discrimination against fish. Yeah, it doesn't bother me that much, honestly. Annoys me, but it doesn't bother me much. Fine, we'll put it in here. We can go ahead and do the fruit cooler now.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And that one's still green!
Oh, wow. My dehydrated fruit's actually kind of old. I need to use it soon. Maybe that'll work. Doing the experience stuff, but it's up to you. How kosher you think it really is. Okay, so I want a mushroom basket, which is just an egg basket with boards. That doesn't really help me much at all. Okay, there we go. Stick, board. Can you... Oh, it has to be exactly the center, doesn't it? Okay, so... 4... And then we take the boards. 4. Of course, I have so many kinds of mushrooms sitting around. I may need more baskets, actually. Let me lower these. These are not useful that high up. I can't see. Oh, the meat freezer's too tall. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. You can fit 3 on there. That's not bad. Alright, so there's that. I guess if I can probably just put these somewhere else. I don't want to grind all of the grain into flour to put in the flour sacks. So these are going to have to stay in a vessel. As for vegetables, I can do vegetable baskets. So it's 3 sets of sticks. 2 bits of boards. Do like 4 of these. I'm annoyed by this though. I need to move it now. Because now it's gonna bug the hell out of me. Get that set there. Not that we really need to store all of this meat we've got. We've got a whole 4 prime meat that's gonna be turned into fat, and then 2 red meat. Can I cannot pick up the fruit cooler. Damn. So now, vegetable baskets. You only do 36? Oh my gosh, what's the point? What is the point? I mean, it's really good storage, but that's actually... What? Okay, there we go. I was like, you can't tell me I can't... 12? Really? They last longer in the damn vessels than the baskets. They do. What's the point of making these? What the hell? Can I put them in the basket in the vessel? No, it actually just cancels out somehow. That's terrible. That's actually just so bad. Never mind. So, some things in this mod confuse the hell out of me. That just doesn't make any sense. What's the point? Cosmetic for the building, there's... I guess, but it's actively worse than vessels, is part of the problem. That's what really bugs me about it. At least with the mushrooms, I think they're better. 99 days. Watch it just be worse. Yeah, no, it... What? Yeah, no, it's just worse. Which makes sense, because it's not in the vessel. It's out in the open. Maybe this mod got rebalanced. I was talking mad shit about it a second ago. Maybe it got rebalanced. Well, shoot. There goes my plans for that. Oh, I didn't mean to break that. Ah! Mild inconvenience. My worst nemesis. Okay, move this shit out the way. Get the fruit in place. Alright. Just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna throw these in the lake. These are not useful to me right now. They will not be useful to me. It was a waste of wood. Plenty of cool things in this mod. That's not helpful. Also, I'm out of pine, so I have to go logging real quick. I was also out of oak for a brief period there. I had like 300 logs, and then I used all of them trying to make firewood. And then I still had to go get more larch. There's a larch forest off to the northeast, that has huge trees. And then I had to plant more oaks so that I'd actually have something for tanning. Which does remind me, at the start I was saying, oh, I'm going to wait on this strong tannin. And then I completely forgot to check back on it. Check back in on it. Gosh. Well, mildly annoyed about the baskets, but it's alright. I do know that a number of those other food containers, like the display cases, don't improve longevity of food, which makes sense. It's really just like for show in a like a market setting, kind of nice. Let's do a cooling cabinet. Do I want to do 1 or 2? Oh, I don't have the nails and straps. I mean, I do. I just don't want to use the iron ones. I'd really rather not. So I'll just cold forge some copper into it. I need space for the table to do butchering. Got space for 2 here. It's only 2 each, right? Yeah, I could do that. Do 1 ingot into 4 strips and do 2 cooling cabinets with the 2... I don't even need the ingots now. There we go. Those and strips. I also need to cast some more... the brain casts more large hooks for drying racks. The ones I put on the ceiling in there. Then, barring that, kind of need to just make some actual meals to put in there. Looking for cooling cabinets. No, that's a wardrobe, not not that. Okay, strips, shelf. I need to make 3 more shelves. Glass on the sides, boards in the corner, polished rock at the bottom. Very cool. Okay. No, you know what? If I can, we can consolidate a little bit. Set that there. I need to make room for the butchering ship. I keep saying that, and then I keep putting things in the space. You do barrels underneath. I should probably do barrel racks instead. Hang on. I gotta grab a couple things. Need my cauldron. Let's see. 4 in the corners. Sticks on the sides. I should be able to fit a couple extra barrels and then start moving stuff out. Right. I can't make decorative barrels, can I? No. Well, I can make literally decorative barrels. But that's for chiseling. That's not what I mean. I guess I should have done a top barrel rack. Stay fresh 50% longer and cure 20% slower. So you can cure in these, but it's not through sealing. I don't like that the colors don't match, but I suppose it's fine. But what I wanted was to put the racks on top of that. There we go. That looks nice. I almost think I should put some more on top of that, but we'll save this space for right now. Do I want to put something in the corner? Because I was thinking I'll do a full 5 hooks, but I may not. I want to make an advanced table and put it here. Because then we have the meat freezer there. I'm gonna need some space to store vessels. That's just a reality I gotta figure out. Probably just do slabs and call it a day. Can you chisel slabs? Probably not. You can. I could make something nice with that. The hell? Oh, that was the meat rack that I broke. Because we'll have the skinning hooks here. It will be pretty good to have the meat racks along the side coming off of that. Do I want one in the corner? What can I do with this corner? I mean, I probably don't need one. I could just dig another 7 blocks out and make good use of my space that way. I think I'm going to do the racks. Now that I really think about it. We'll do more barrels up here. Need more sticks. Also, I need a snack. All right. Make a few more barrels. I need 2. Cool. I like that. Enough for a variety of wines and sauces, broths, whatever I end up making. Looks nice. We could have meat racks along the center. I'll just go ahead and fill out the rest of this wall with slabs. Get one more vessel up here. That's looking pretty good. And then we'll do the... I'll go ahead and move them now. Even though... I'm going to end up replacing these with the iron equivalent later. No, it's 3 wide. Oh, no. Damn it, I got to rearrange again. Oh, no. Man. Okay, fine. You know what I could make? I'm gonna make actually a proper bread shelf. Because bread's not gonna last long. so I can make use of some of this extra space. You know what? If that's going in the corner anyway, do the whole wall. That's looking nice. Now I gotta be careful putting things up here because corpses tend to take the big corpses take up all this space under there. Maybe I'll just do bread shells here. Oh, but you still don't get the vessel bonus. It's not going to last long, though. I just said that. It'll be fine. I don't like how it sits over this, though. What about here? That looks nice. Oh, maybe I don't even need both. Just keep the one. Have some food sitting around waiting. Because you can still slide the thing. That looks nice. I wonder if that was intentional by the mod author. What to do in this side then? I would like to make some hanging jars. So I need rope and glass. I've got enough. I should have some rope sitting around. There we go. How many rope? How many jars? You start with 4, 5. So glass, sticks, rope, and then boards. I don't have enough boards. And then we can put them in here in the center. That'll look good. Because then we can put grain in these. I don't think it lasts better. Oh, it does, actually. It was 3.5 years in the vessel, but it's 4.1 in the sealing jar. I'll take that. I'll take that deal. And then we put the rest of the grains in. And I guess I could grind the halite and we could put salt in this one. Forget what else you can put these. You can do beeswax. You can do dried fruits. You can do resin. Really? I wonder how that would look. Because I do get a lot of resin because I'm using a really overpowered mod. I'm using Wildcraft Survival. Or Wildcraft Farming Survival? I forget how it's called. Oh, it has to be attached to the ceiling. Okay. I want to attach it to a low ceiling so I can see what I'm looking at. Oh, it's just a big flat. It's not like the pieces. You just pile it in. That's kind of cool. I don't think so. I think I will put salt in one. And then we can put one of these in the smithy for resin. Can I put fat in those? You can do animal fat. That would be awesome to store animal fat and resin in the smithy in one place. Speaking of animal stuff, let's get all of our prepared hides. Oh, I already put a bunch of these away. I'm just not even looking at this point. Okay. So we've got a handful of script hides of various sizes. Some medium and large is ready for that. Yeah, that's finished. Oh, I gotta wrap this up. I gotta harvest. Was there anything else I was worried about at the moment? I'll have to figure out organizing vegetable stuff later. Because I can't... Yeah, I can't do mushrooms or vegetables in there. That's fine. Dehydrated fruit placed in the sealing jar dries or melts 2.5 times faster? That... I don't think that's how that works. But whatever. No, we're keeping a bunch of this stuff in the smithy. Sticks. Bucket, that goes in the kitchen. And the rest of this goes in the smithy. Wait. Oh, wait, where did this bucket come from? Ah. Where did that bucket come from? I'm so confused. Whatever. We'll put our hooks in here. I guess I need a spare barrel for blood. And I'll probably want... I'm thinking. I'm gonna want to extend this later so I can do things like blood sausage, black pudding. Actually, I think black pudding. Yeah, well, I need to clean the offal. I need barrels to do that, and I can't do that in these barrels. But yeah, cast some more hooks. Get the iron for the table and the skinning hooks done. I like the way this is shaping up. Still missing something, but I think if I just cram more shit into this room, maybe like do a something, an aisle in the middle and put something on that. Baskets of mushrooms or something, I don't know. Even though they just kind of suck, and I threw all my baskets out anyway. Could be interesting. What else do I have from food shelves? We got the racks, the tons, baskets I don't want to use, jars. There's food display blocks, but those aren't good for preservation. I mean, I could do flour sacks, or just at least one, for things I'm using for bread. Spelt is going to be a big one. I guess flax, too, because I'm going to end up turning that, some of it, into breadcrumb feed. The rest of it I want to press for oil. We don't have any pumpkin seeds, sadly. And the rest of these are shelves, which need walls. I guess you could do like an aisle in the center of each of the grains. And then we'll put the salt in this one. So then we have... Is this too cramped? No. I think I like this. Once I've got this stuff in here, we'll have to see. We'll block my way of getting into the cooling cabinets, but should be fine. Let's start collecting flax, because I need sails so badly. I want to make a windmill for the Helvhammer. I want to make a windmill for Quern stuff. But I guess more than anything, I just want the Helv to be left on its own. And I don't want to have to constantly swap out between the Helv and other things. I want that to always be running, if I can help it. Shoot, some of my spelts finished too. This is great. Oh, and the onions too. Those should be running. Okay, flax back here is still waiting. Look at that. All of my hard work coming to fruition. That is, the hard work of putting the blocks down and then putting the seeds in and walking away for 2 weeks. Really hard work. Okay. Here soon we'll be able to do another plot entirely out of flax and then another one entirely out of spelt. It'll be great. And I would turn all these, all this flax grain into more seeds, but I think I'd rather keep it as grain for the moment. That's rye. There's a spelt. Oh, put the onion seeds away. And now that we've got plenty of flax fibers, we can turn them into sails. Or bags. No, sails. Because another 8 sails means... we can actually put stuff on our windmill. We got a little bit of daylight left. Let me put all these tools away. I want to check what the commodity trader's got. I really hope that he's restocked on linen. That would be so good. Oh, please tell me you restocked on linen, dude. Please. I need it so badly. Oh, hey, more resin. I'll pick that up on the way home. But yeah, once I have this Helv up and running, even with just one set of sails, when the windmill can hold, I think, like 3 or 4 sets, even just a little bit of automation to help things run will help me expand considerably. Because I can start making plates for chutes, and start automating things with that, like automating or semi-automating the feeding of my animals. Ah, you didn't restock linen! Damn it! Ah. You do have more parchment for sale, though. And I would love to be able to label all of my crates and stuff. I forget what else you use parchment for. You can make books to sell. You can do aged crates. You can make sandpaper. I do need that for sandpaper, but only so much. It's really just making the aged crates that, or not the aged crates, but crates with the paper on them is useful. I may just... Wait, there's another commodities merchant to the east. What do you take? 4 stacks of peat. And then 2 maple, oak, and birch crates. I'll grab those and sell them, but I'll take the gears over to the other commodities merchant in the east, who might have some linen for sale. I bought some from him over the weekend. to make the first set of sails, it would follow that he might have more if he's restocked. If he hasn't, we'll wait. Okay. So, maple, birch, oak. No, it's gonna be like... It's 12. 36. No, we need 4 logs apiece. Oh, makes 3. Whatever. We'll save the rest. That away. Grab our peat. Let's go ahead and sleep till day. And then we'll go out running. I meant to grab that resin. I'm not in any rush. I've got almost 2 stacks of it already. It's a shame that resin isn't used more for mechanical parts. You need so much fat for the axles. You get use out of resin with the gears, but I wish you could substitute resin for fat in all of the recipes, not just some of them. Damn, those whitetail really like spawning over here. There's another one here. Okay. Let's get your peat. Cool. I don't need jack else from you. Not right now. I'm just gonna chase this deer into my lake. Or chase it into the hole. No, the lake. I don't want it in the hole because the hole has monsters in it. Don't you just glide away for a bee. Oh, it's another male. But hey, it's not fighting it back this time. Okay, I need to direct it away from the edge. There we go. That's right, fight back. More meat. Now, what I don't know is, will the blood collect in the bucket if the skinning hook is not directly 2 blocks over it? That, I don't know. Let's go ahead and soak these. Grab our spare gears. Yeah, I have some more from the panning, right? Yeah. Stow the fat away and head off. It's kind of funny. I hunted a bunch of wolves out here. Suddenly, there aren't any more wolves. Isn't that strange? Can't imagine what happened. I was kind of hoping that a wolf would show up after I said that, because I could turn the bush meat into more meat broth. Hello. Oh wait, no, you're a building materials trader. You're not a commodities merchant. I didn't check. Are you a commodities merchant? You are. I have to go farther east. That's right. Out on the, funny enough, on the wolf plain. The plain with all the wolves that I saw on it the first time I was out there. The plain made exclusively for wolves. The wolf plain. Man, imagine if I need a rope. Look at that. Look at that absolute just marsh. All of those reeds. Oh, it's pretty. I like how it goes as far as my render distance goes. It's very pretty. No berries. Actually, quick detour. I would like to collect some catmint for the base. Because I'll be making planters later. So any catmint I can get my hands on is welcome. Alright, Jan, what do you have? You do have linen. Look at that. You also buy flax, too. Or not flax, great. Sorry. 7 gears apiece. Why? Whatever, dude. Kind of want that sulfur. No, I'll take another bit of potash. Because later, once I've got terra preta with the compost, because what I want to do is, like, around August, I'm going to plant a bajillion turnips and then turn them all into compost. Could also do dough for compost. I want to put potash on my terra preta and use it for flax production, so it's very, very fast. Also, I need to grab something to eat. I think I collected all the berries on the way out here, though. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, well, I gotta make up my mind. Do we want to do a long stream today? Or not? Because I've got the stuff. I could work on a windmill if I wanted. But my voice is a little sore from doing recording before stream today. Could also just do the windmill on my own time. And and save all of the extremely boring, time-consuming blacksmithing for my own time, and we do the fun stuff on stream. I think I've already talked myself into it. Plus, I haven't had dinner yet, so I think that seals it. Grab some food. I'm gonna make some eggs and sausage. Get the windmill together. Provided I do have enough linen for a full, just a set of sails. And maybe do a little food prep. I didn't get to hunting today, but that's okay. All right. So we've got 8 plus another 4. Also, I need to... No, I need... I can turn this back into normal stitches. Thought. Oh, no, you use a sewing kit. Oh, Can I can use these for sales, right? I think so. Ugh, my brain. It's so just runny. It's like leaking out of my head like a broken egg. Okay, I did angled. That should do it. Let me just make sure. Oh, that's not enough space. I forget, these things are big. Nice. Now, unfortunately, I have to build up really high to make use of this. But damn, even with just a mild wind, that's pretty good. I may end up having to rebuild the drivetrain. Because I might end up over-torquing this. It's a good thing I haven't updated. Because in the new major update for Vintage Story, if you... Or not over-torquing, but if it's too high of speed, if it's too fast, oh my gosh, you can set your components on fire. Oh. Oh joy. One. 2. 3. Come on, that's 3 heavy storms in a row. Because I had 2 of them over the weekend. Man. Well, I guess that really seals it then. I can do my salt grinding during the storm. And I'll do some more onion and flax and spelt harvesting too. Well, I guess I'm off for the night then. I hope you all have a lovely night. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Presumably tomorrow. Unless I just, like, explode and all that's left of me is just a pair of feet. We'll see. Well, you will. I won't. Bye-bye.